to the court. I'm its Jester. No one's really here right now. And I guess that makes sense because no one's probably in the mood to be watching Twitch streams. Things are pretty bleak right now. But what's important is that we all come together. We weather the storm. We find joy where we can. And I'm a Jester through and through. So I'm going to try to bring people just a little bit of joy watching me try to solve the murder of 2 teenagers. If there's one thing I'm good at being, it's silly even in the most dire circumstances. Right away, I think Hiyoko killed Ibuki. I think Hiyoko killed Ibuki, and then I think Mikon killed Hiyoko. Now let me explain. I haven't even gathered any evidence yet. All we know is that Mikon hung herself. We've all been there. I've been there. Whatever. Couldn't tie the noose right. It's fine. I'm still alive to live another day. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna be weird from now on. I was already weird before. Now I'm gonna be even weirder. Let's go. So, Ibuki was dumb bitch disease. It's what happened, okay? She would do anything anyone told her. She'd believe any lie. So, someone says, hey, put this bag on your head. Hey, come with me to Titty Typhoon. Put this bag on your head and then climb this ladder. And then they just destroy the camera and then go shove her. It's easy. Hiyoko probably did that because Hiyoko's a bitch. Now, Mikon comes to the scene after Hajime comes to the scene and then leaves to go get Chiaki and the others. Mikon sees that Hiyoko's still there because Hiyoko was in the back room. Hajime didn't check there. Hajime came in, saw the body, and left. Mikon sees Hiyoko. Mikon loses her shit over Hiyoko killing Ibuki. Mikon kills Hiyoko and then goes back to the hospital and acts like nothing ever happened. That's how I see this going. Let's see if I'm right or not. Broken machine. The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Kazuichi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this? Perhaps the criminal psychology is at play here. What do you mean?
Well?
Even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
So that's why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this? Then what was that thing I saw? Hey, Hiyoko! Hiyoko, I want to look at her body. Oh, she looks sad. Then again, have you ever seen a dead body that looks happy? Hiyoko's body is suspended against the pillar on the side of the stage. She's wrapped up against the pillar with duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it, who did this? Probably Mikon. According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why? Why is Hiyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled. Also, her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hiyoko? She had to have been killed. I 100% believe it was Mikon. Because Hajime, I don't think Mikon killed Ibuki because Mikon was with Hajime in his cabin. And so she couldn't have done it because she was with Hajime at his cabin, walked all the way back to the hospital, went to the other room in the hospital, and then Hajime saw the video and he ran and he found Ibuki. So Mikon automatically couldn't have killed Ibuki. But I think she could have killed Hiyoko because when we ran to the hotel, she could have come to the scene and done that. when did the killer kill Hiyoko? Sometime after, and it's like, the only two people that I think could have killed Hiyoko were Mikon or Fuyuhiko, because anyone else that could have done it, Hajime would have run into. The Blackened is always the person that did the last kill. Like back in Trigger Happy Havoc, when Hifumi killed Taka, but then Celeste killed Hifumi, Celeste was the Blackened. I am not doing good. I am not doing good at all, but I'm trying. Why are you objecting? That's what happened. Hifumi killed Taka, Celeste killed Hifumi. Celeste was the Blackened because Hifumi was already dead and Celeste got the latest kill. Oh, the mastermind. So that does make sense because that is true. That is how Monokuma defined it. And Hifumi did only kill Taka because Celeste lied and told him Taka was going to kill him first. So that is there. I wonder what actually does happen in the case in which there were two people who just committed two murders without being related to each other. When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hiyoko's body here. If that's the case, Hiyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. Hiyoko had to have been in the staff-only room because there's no way... Because if she came here after Hajime found Ibuki, they would have crossed each other's paths. So, I think Hiyoko was in the back storage room. So, and the only... So, Hiyoko, back storage room, when Hajime first got here. Hajime runs to see the others. Mikon or Fuyuhiko killed Hiyoko because it couldn't have been anyone who was at the hotel because they all would have had to pass Hajime. It had to have been someone who was either left at the hospital or left at the resort. And it couldn't have, like, maybe it could have been Akane or Nagito, but I highly doubt it was them because they were still sick. But that was barely 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a lot of time to kill someone. It's not a lot of time to duct tape them to a pillar, but you can do it. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hiyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? Even if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so. Because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Ah, Hajime, do you have a minute? I got nothing but time here, buddy. No, you're in the way. Hajime, let's be real. Nagito's smarter than both of us. Maybe we should listen to him.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually...
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hiyoko's kimono. Oh. Oh, are we getting a Chapter 2 reveal again? Is the game about to get super fucking transphobic again? So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want to search inside Hiyoko's kimono.
Huh?
That's exactly it.
Why?
Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? Doesn't make it better. Does not make it better. Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Fine. If you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else. I love how Nagito's like, it's no big deal to examine the corpse of the dead girl. But, I don't want to do it, so I'm gonna ask Hajime. And then when Hajime's like, no, I don't want to, that's gross. He's like, come on, it's no big deal. No, I'm not doing it. Okay, fine, then I'll ask someone else. Nagito doesn't want to do this shit either. Make Chiaki do it. She's standing right over there.
Hey!
Hey, Akane! Oh god, we're gonna have Akane do it. Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Well, there's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hiyoko's kimono, so can you feel around for that?
What?
I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hiyoko's kimono, right?
Thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other out is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see. Akane reached through the duct tape binding Hiyoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
That's weird.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach with my hand. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yo!
There's something in here. Is this what you were looking for? Why did she have a key? Is this a key?
Perhaps.
It looks different than the keys to the cottage. So this may be a key to her motel room. The key to her motel room, huh?
But...
If her key was so deep inside her kimono that it'd be hard to remove, then it's very unlikely the killer tampered with this evidence.
isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more toward the front of her kimono, so we'd notice it easier. Which means we can conclude this is something Hiyoko had with her all along.
Hey.
Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you looked like you were curious about the condition of Hiyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true. There are several mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of all those mysteries, what I think the strangest is...
See?
The way they wrapped her body with that duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hiyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if it was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. A sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anybody faint. What's the... There she is. Hey, Chiaki, how you doing? With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there? Nothing dropped. It's just dirty. Dirty?
Hey.
See? Take a close look at the floor.
See?
If you look closely, you're right, there's a smudge, as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is this a blood stain?
Yep.
Well, a blood stain isn't strange. Hiyoko's neck was slashed not far from here.
But still.
Rather, what's strange is, why did the killer try to hide it? Hide it?
So...
If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off. The reason the killer wiped off the blood stain, as long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a blood stain. So what was the killer trying to hide? The stepladder is tipped over on its side. That must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw. Isn't that a blood stain?
See?
Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries, if that's the case. Then it must be Hiyoko's blood.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of. A blood stain that probably belongs to Hiyoko is on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in the video must have been coming from the candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. Ibuki has a hemp bag on her head and that was hanging from the ceiling. That's the hemp bag from the movie theater! The one that Monokuma said there was only one of. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? The hemp bag. Upon further inspection, there's a Monami decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. Hey, Ibuki. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki if that's the case. This blood belongs to someone else. Wait, so Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki was? Then that means Hiyoko didn't kill Ibuki. Fuck! So Hiyoko was already dead before Ibuki was even killed. Hiyoko's body was put in the back room. And then after Hajime found Ibuki, the killer came back and moved Hiyoko's body? This is so fucking convoluted. Blood on the Souls has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh my god. Oh my god. The killer was trying to make it... I never get my way. Ever. The world would be a better place if I got my way. But I didn't get it, now did I? Okay, fine then. Hiyoko's not guilty of murder. I apologize for accusing her. Anyway. Maybe... Teru did die chapter 1. I did get my way on that one. That was true. I did get a win there. Okay. What I think happened is that the killer killed Hiyoko and then tried to make it look like Ibuki hung herself out of guilt for killing Hiyoko. And the plan was we would be like, oh yeah, Ibuki killed Hiyoko and then killed herself. The blackened is Ibuki. We all vote for Ibuki because Ibuki wouldn't be alive to defend herself at the trial and prove that she didn't kill Hiyoko. Oh, I think it was Mikon. Because Mikon was the only... Because Mikon was at the hospital and she was the only one who could have had enough time to do this without, like, maybe Fuyuhiko, but the Fuyuhiko, Akane, Nagito, and Mikon are the only 4 people who could have realistically done this because everyone else was at the hotel, and I will forgive Mikon no matter what. This is fine. It's not... Nagito's... In a way, if Mikon did kill the 2 of them, and that did put an end to the despair disease, in a way, Mikon did keep Nagito from dying. I cannot deny that my fave is still alive because of these murders. So, make of that what you will.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can I talk to you for a second? Yes, Fuyuhiko? You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah, at first. I didn't know it was Ibuki because of the hemp bag, though. I could see it was her because of her hair poking out. Ibuki was easy to kill! Ibuki was a sitting goddamn duck! She would do anything she was told, like, hey, follow me here. Hey, put this bag on your head. Ibuki got fucked the most with the despair disease. She really did. She became the easiest target. I think the motive was null. I genuinely think the killer must have killed Hiyoko and then killed Ibuki but tried to make it look like a suicide so it would look like Ibuki, because of the despair disease and the desperation not to, like, die from the despair disease, killed her and then felt so guilty once she came to her senses that she took her own life. I think that's what the killer's trying to make it look like. That's the only thing that makes sense of killing 2 people in the way that they were killed. I think Hajime finding the video and getting here first fucked it all up, though. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hiyoko was tied up. Nope, she died after.
Well...
That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true, their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time. But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own. So right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible. Because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterwards. 2 different deaths at the same time? There's no way that's a coincidence. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact that this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from here? That means anybody could have obtained this rope. And it means that it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true. Huh? Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
Hey!
Excuse me, Mikon, do you have a moment? What happened? There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Well...
Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search in another place. Geez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. The weird part to me is, I'm like, why are they calling it a rope instead of a noose? Just call it a noose. Okay, that's everything from this area. Wait, there's still things to investigate? Oh, the curtain! There's a black curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough. It can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh?
It's not really a full-length curtain. This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See? The back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain at the supermarket. So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
So...
If they went that far, this was probably something the killer really needed for the crime. Why did they need it? Who knows? Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. You know, the more convoluted this murder scheme gets, the more I think about, it's pretty easy to just knock someone on the back of the head with a blunt object and walk away. I mean, if you do it in a time, if you just go, it's not that hard. Like, Ibuki was easy to kill because of the despair disease. It would have been super easy to just go up to her in the middle of the night when everyone else is asleep and be like, hey, follow me. Take her off to a different location, kill her, and then walk away. Because then everyone would have been like, no one would have had an alibi because everyone was asleep. No one really would have been able to do much about it. And everyone would have just been guessing. And they would have, if there was no solid clues or evidence, it would have been really hard to make a guess. And it would have been how many of them are still alive right now? I'm not gonna count. It would have just been a guess as to who did it. Your odds would have been good. Oh yeah, there are 10. It would have been a 1 in a 10 chance they picked the right person. There would have been a 9/10 chance they picked someone else. There's a control panel on the wing of the stage. It seems you can use this control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the stage. In fact, we use this to lower Ibuki's hanging body. Speaking of the lighting, the video of the music venue I saw, it had a dim candlelight ambiance to it, and it didn't look like the lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that would have inconvenienced them?
So you have appeared.
I see. So you noticed it too, Fiend. Huh? Noticed? So you didn't notice? Are those eyes just little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed an aberrant item? Look at the baton lighting. You mean that? There's something that looks like black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. Should I lower the baton lighting one more time and...
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go, my 4 dark devas of destruction!
Go, Mirage, Golden Hawk, Jumpy. Now is the time for you to take flight. Don't throw the hamster. Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my 4 dark devas of destruction. Do not throw the hamster. Those things are so fragile. They only live for like 3 to 4 years at best. A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up the baton lighting on the ceiling in a flash. You know, I had a hamster once that died, as they do. But when my parents like looked into the cage and saw that she wasn't moving and she was just like, she looked like she was sleeping. So at first we were like, Lily's sleeping. But then Lily didn't move for a long time. And we realized Lily's dead. Well, my mom realized Lily was dead. I thought Lily was still alive. I was just like, no, she's not dead. She's just sleeping. She's just sleeping. Lily's just sleeping. And then a day went by, and Lily hadn't moved. And my mom was like, Lily's not sleeping. And I was like, Lily's in a coma. We just need to wait for her to wake up from her coma. Lily's in a coma. And I think it was another day of that passed before my mom was like, getting her... Oh god, I dropped my actual name. Oh well, whatever, it's fine. Before my mom was like, we're getting rid of the hamster. It's fine. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. Oh yeah, my first name. That's an extremely common name that a lot of women have. I'm totally gonna get tracked down in real life based on that alone. Whatever. I am out of fucks to give. It's fine. Anyway, my hamster died, and my mom did not let, and my mom made me bury it, even though I insisted it was in a coma. Isn't that a fun story? A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up to the baton lighting on the ceiling in a flash. What the fuck? It started running circles around the stuck slip of paper in rapid... It started running around the stuck strip of paper in rapid circles. And then the paper fluttered downward and was deftly caught by Gundam. Did you see that? Behold, the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder.
Wow!
Wow, that is amazing. I have never seen a hamster do tricks.
How pitiful.
They are my 4 dark devas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So, what's with that paper?
Fine.
It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not have any special spells scribed to it.
That was close.
It appears it's nothing useful. No, that's not it. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, is too unnatural. Why is this murder so convoluted? What does the AC have to do with it? This looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little, like so. It's running as a heater, over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a little. Why is this so fucking convoluted? Okay, nothing about this murder makes sense to me because from my perspective, it was literally just take Ibuki from the hospital, ask her to follow you, she follows you, take her to a secondary location, you take her there, she follows you there, you kill her, you just smack her on the head with a... Hell, you could have still just hung her. Why is this? No one ever goes for an easy murder. Ever. There's a door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is a storage room. I might as well investigate in here too. You know, the one murder I've seen that was the hardest to pinpoint the true culprit of and was the one where the killer almost got away with it was Chihiro's in chapter 2. Because even if you ignore all of the stuff about switching the locker rooms and Byakuya trying to make it look like it was Jill, there was a point in the trial where they were like, okay, Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room, and we have no clue who fucking did it. And if Mondo hadn't slipped up and said that thing about the tracksuits being different colors, and knowing what color Chihiro's tracksuit was, no, they wouldn't have been able to realistically pin it on him. The only reason that Mondo didn't get away with it is because Mondo didn't keep his mouth shut. If he hadn't slipped up, they wouldn't have been able to figure it out. Kyoko did, but I feel like Kyoko saying that alone wouldn't... That's why Kyoko started the whole, their tracksuits must have been the same color, that's the clue, which baited Mondo into revealing the tracksuit color. Kyoko, that's what led Kyoko to doing that. But if Mondo hadn't slipped up about the tracksuits, and Kyoko literally had, Mondo called Chihiro dude instead of chick, it was him, trust me. I really don't think she could have gotten enough confidence out of everyone to vote for Mondo, especially with how much Taka was defending Mondo. Hey, Nagito. Nagito, did you come here to investigate this storage room too? No, we came here to have a sloppy makeout sesh with you, Hajime, obviously. I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hiyoko. That's probably all came from this storage room. There might be other things in this storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? Aw, I'm not siding with the killer, you know? I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it.
But...
That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
If you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
How mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become the enemy. And I won't even mind when I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not gonna tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey,
You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? Sticker. There's a lot of stickers with the venue's logo placed here. It's like they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Huh. Compared to last time, it feels like there are less stickers than before. Am I overthinking this? There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf. It's probably used for stage decorations. This thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There's a lot of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. And this edge of the wallpaper. It looks a little torn, but what does it mean? I don't understand why they would use the wallpaper to block out the stage lights. You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. I guess everything's important in this storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. What I don't get is why Hiyoko was even here. She seemed pretty intent on staying locked in her room. Okay, let's talk to the others. Did you direct your gaze to the brave stature of my 4 Dark Devas of Destruction? Okay. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking.
That's weird.
That's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It'll probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. Oh, Nekomaru's fucking dead. You're right.
damn right.
Hey, Hajime, take a look at this. Yeah, out of easiness, I am pretty confident it was Mikon just because I think she's the only one who realistically could have done it. In first trial was easy because Leon's name was literally on the wall. Celeste was obvious because she was acting super out of character throughout it, and once you figure out it was Hifumi, you immediately know it was Celeste. Once you know Hifumi was acting as an accomplice, you immediately know Celeste is the only one he would be the accomplice to. And, like, right now, the way I look at it, Mikon, everyone who was at the hotel couldn't have done it. Fuyuhiko was at his cottage. He couldn't have done it. Nagito and Akane were still suffering from despair disease, or at least even if it ended, were recovering it, so they couldn't have done it. And Mikon's the only one who could have left the hospital to do it. It still doesn't make perfect sense for her because of the timetable of she was with Hajime in his cottage, and then she was at the hospital. But out of everyone, she seems the least weird. Like, I think she has an extremely small allotment of time to do this, but she has more time and opportunity than anyone else did. What is it?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
It's something like, if something like that is in front of the door, you think it might be a really big clue? Why would this be a clue? Well, it had to be about how the killer barricaded the room. When Hajime got here, the door opened just fine, and he saw Ibuki, and then he ran. And then he came back, and the door was locked, and they all had to break the door down because it wouldn't open. And then once they broke the door down, then Ibuki and Hyoko were here. There's no other exits to this building, so the only way that door could have been unable to be opened was because the killer jammed it from the outside. Which I think they could do if by the crack in the door near where it opens, they jammed a drumstick in it.
Hey.
Remember when we came to the music venue? It won't open. The only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if that's going to be possible. Of the 4 of us, 2 of us are girls, you know? It doesn't matter if you can do it or not. We have to try. Let's go. We'll all charge at the same time. Ready, set, go! At Fuyuhiko's signal, we charged into the door at full force. The door was locked when we tried to get inside, and the 4 of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh?
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how was the killer able to get out?
Huh?
Huh? I mean, the music venue doesn't have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't have been able to escape outside.
Like...
Maybe. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us? We would have noticed!
I get it.
You know, don't they use tricks like that in a lot of mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like you said, that might be possible,
I've listened to the whole story.
I heard what you 2 were discussing. Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
see?
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch, see? You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber, but... As she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Oh, don't eat it! No! 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 Oh! Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Why are you putting it in your mouth? Do not swallow. Ah, it smells like workshop chemicals. Oh my god, you just put chemicals in your mouth. Workshop? And this chewiness. I see, this thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Thank God she spat it out. Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides, that bit about taste, it's okay to consider this kind of a clue, right? So if someone glued the door shut. So, 10 minutes. I want to just go over this. 10 minutes it took Hajime to arrive at the scene and then run to get the others and then come back with them. In those 10 minutes, someone grabbed Ibuki, taped her to the pole, then glued the door shut, and the glue dried by the time everyone got there. 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved! I don't know what Hempel's Raven means. Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagito's room. I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me that I should go check on how everyone in the hospital was doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient rooms, and I noticed that Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened? And then I saw Fuyuhiko in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That's a long story. I'm sorry, it's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning. Oh, Mikon definitely did it. She didn't just go into Hajime's cottage to wake him up and then fell asleep by accident. She wanted that as her alibi. So during the trial, Hajime would say, it couldn't have been Mikon, she was with me. You're right. We were together until you went to the on-call room. That's right. We were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. Is it all right if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least. What happened to not doubting me? Alright, with this, we might be close to finished investigating the music menu. But I still need to talk to Mikon. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. We just talked to Mikon.
Something like this.
It has happened once again. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those 2 are no longer here. Such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason why we can't just leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the 2 who have fallen. How about it, Mikon? Have you found anything out by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive.
You got it wrong.
But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Because of the heat? Is that possible? If a body is overexposed to the heat or cold. If a body is exposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death. I see, that might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But
Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should have been clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hiyoko. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaken with the order of murders. Huh? Imitation murder?
huh?
You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer creates a creative work, like a song or a film, as an outline for their killings. It's so common in the detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. Is this some movie that I never heard of because it never released in America? That movie?
Good instincts.
The assumption is that an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed 2 people. The goal was an imitation killer. So, even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It's certainly conceivable if the killer wishes to complete the imitation. Hold on a sec. What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries! Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. That is true. That is so true. If I was in this death game, my immediate reaction would be like, okay, kill everyone at once. They can't vote you guilty at a trial if they're not alive. I'm a real cautious fella, so I've prepared a perfect countermeasure. That on this killing school trip, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you've added another rule?
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, then the blackened would be able to secure an easy victory, right?
Yeah.
This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings? Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider this possibility at all. And I don't even want to think that someone would do this. If the 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers?
Huh?
Eh?
So...
Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time. But we can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on a majority vote, the other person would certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2? Or 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens!
Hey.
Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that it applies to this case too, right? I just got the funniest image in my head of what if there was a killing that happened. Someone murdered someone and they started trying to get away with it, hide the evidence, all that shit. No one's found the body yet. No one knows that someone's been killed. Someone else, purely by coincidence, also tries to kill someone. They got someone alone, they're right where they want them. They're approaching them with the knife, and just as they're about to stab, Monokuma shows up and is like, Wait! Someone else already got murdered, and we can't have 2 killers at the same time because it would be too confusing for how the rules of a trial work. You can't kill them! I won't let you! Drop the knife! And they drop the knife, and they don't do the killing, and then they go and they all find the body, and they find who did that first murder, but then everyone has to just live with the fact of, hey, yo, there was a second attempted murder happening that Monokuma stopped, so there wouldn't be 2 killers, and you tried to kill someone, and the person you tried to kill is looking at you right now. The chaos of it.
Wow. I don't like this.
Alright, fine, that's right. There's always one killer at a given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is.
This is kind of depressing.
Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. I see. So there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
Yep, that makes it a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Taste your powerlessness!
it means a 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation, murder, breakthrough. You guys keep saying that and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
So...
Like I said, that movie.
Oh my!
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. The movie that played at the theater? The one Hajime promised $1 million to Monokuma to not watch? Then the imitation is?
Good instincts.
Of course. It's an imitation of that movie.
Well,
Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if it were copying it. As if they copied the movie? I see, Nagito mentioned something about that. Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings? You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously, the movie theater.
you...
I see. So you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on in the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hiyoko's death, I should try going over the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until then. I'm gonna take a quick break to go have a fruit roll-up. I'll be right back. I am back. To the movie theater. Where the hell is the movie theater? Maybe we should check Hiyoko's room in the motel too. We have her key after all.
Hello there.
Hello there. Why, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. I am just picturing us going into the movie theater to watch that god-awful movie again, and then all of a sudden, Nagito, like, makes a move, like, he does the yawn and grab, he's like, yawn, and just puts his arm around Hajime's shoulder. That means you noticed it too, right? And the case, this time, is an imitation case, to which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know, I haven't watched that movie yet. If we watch the movie now, does that mean we still owe Monokuma money?
I see.
Nagito. Nagito, save me. Nagito, save me from despair. It's a rough time out there, Nagito. I brought my Taka plushie to therapy with me. When you know it's fucking bad. Maybe I should buy a Nagito plushie too. Then Taka can have a little friend. I see. Then you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Hey, manager, a customer's here.
Did you call me?
Yes, did you call me?
What?
Hajime's the customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what a tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're a real tough guy. You were so devoted to being tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? Hajime's bad with money. It's nothing!
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it! My resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. You still had it on you?
Ta-da!
See? This is the one! I'm sorry, I was born stupid.
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million? Hajime, we're blowing it. Hajime, you're blowing it. Nagito was so fucking into you. He was so down bad. He wanted your dick so bad. And now he's finding out that you spent $1.5 million on this stupid fucking sticker. And he's not gonna want to fuck you anymore, Hajime. Everything's fine. Weather the storm. Play Danganronpa. There are video games to play and anime to watch, and my parents are looking into moving into another country. Okay, there, I said it. You bought this for $1.5 million? Nagito looks horrified. But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. It already says the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away one ticket per person. You only have one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date onto the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it, okay?
Then I'll prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Hajime, about that invitation ticket. I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Why? No reason. Just think of it as a protective charm. I guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. The one that looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth. with a decal of Monami's face on it. Oh, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item. Only one person can have it. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there! Were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out. Who'd you sell it to?
You're so stupid.
Stupid! There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it.
Shocking.
Ah! I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
well now.
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
This is exciting! Exciting! Let's see how bad this movie is. Nagito did not like it from what I remember. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. Okay. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I feel bad about this. 2.5D, that sounds so half-assed.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Is this movie about killing old people?
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
That's happening everywhere nowadays.
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise.
It happens.
And was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change.
Oh, what the fuck?
So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami.
Is the Tin Man supposed to just be floating there? Was that a glitch?
And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Phew.
Man, movies are the best! That drama was so forgive me if my mind is in the gutter, but I don't know what other way to interpret this than Monokuma saying that he was crying and jerking off at the same time. One for each head. What else does that mean?
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial!
bye-bye.
Okay, and then he left like an asshole. I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation. Yep. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie?
Well,
But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
but
But it would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people. But it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be more upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. Oh, I forgot to check on my pet. Hello. Look at how cute this is. I want to check Hiyoko's room. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone. Yo, Gundam!
So you have appeared.
You're here, right? Come on out. Are you talking to me? Yeah, Hajime, come out as bisexual. We all know you are. Come on. I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? No, Hajime really couldn't. Gundam has excellent gaydar. I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hiyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the central room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? It opened, just as I thought. This key was Hiyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. So Hiyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my!
Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What? Did something happen? Siri, not you! Siri went off. It's fine. No, it's just... Siri, I told you no! Go! Go! Shoot! She's gone now, it's fine. No, it's just... I am starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? The moment Hiyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday I went to talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. The Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be!
Could it be Hiyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. The bed isn't messed up. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep. Oh, little Missy Monokuma!
No.
There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. Talk to Fuyuhiko.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at the motel, and then when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with Mikon and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door and discovered Hiyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Didn't you hear me? Oh wait, wrong voice. Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Body? Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
I see. So Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two were suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikon panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on and she said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys here. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
No, we went to the movie theater, that street full of machines, to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anything. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't that long. In the short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around a pillar with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is that Hiyoko was killed, and when we did discover her body... What? Do you still doubt me?
jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that.
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days. Hey, you prepared the surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, the surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors were only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey!
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't be able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue, and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model of camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right!
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now, but the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that it must have been Ibuki. She walked straight into the stepladder without any hesitation. She climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope. That's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden. It wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance camera units have infrared functions, so things like they can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was really old model. Hold on.
Well?
At that time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah? You didn't know it was her, but you saw that she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so...
You...
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room. But why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Hi, Nekamaru. I hope you're having a good time still getting surgery performed on you for like 3 days straight. Oh, a level up again. I gotta check on my pet. So close to growing up. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Jackie, are you here?
'Cause...
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What are you doing in the dark? What's fully exposed?
Hey.
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Aw, bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that than I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiake had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
See? A black curtain that blocks the light. It's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking the curtain. That's why it was so dark. So is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail.
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? It's a really big window. The room looks more spacious thanks to that. So this was the light blocking curtain. That's why it's so pitch black. It's a projector. Well, it's not strange for it to be in a conference room after all. This probably isn't a clue. I should look somewhere else. It's a folding desk. They probably arranged these inside the conference room during meetings. There's nothing that catches my eye. Hey, did I do something to make you angry?
That's wrong.
I'm not angry, I think. Well, are you or aren't you? If you're not angry, you shouldn't have done something so weird.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm already over what happened earlier, so you don't have to worry.
I think.
Is she teasing me? Let's check the staff room. This isn't a room for patients. It looks more like an on-call room for the hospital. But all this cluttered medical equipment makes it look like a storage room. If this is the only on-call room, working in a hospital must be tough work. So if a room like this exists, that must mean there used to be people here, right? Seriously, what the heck is going on with this island? There's a bed. Resembles the one in the patient's rooms. Okay, the only other thing I can place up to search the only other place I can think of to search is, what the fuck is this? Okay, the only other place I can think of to search is Ibuki's room in the hospital. Is that a ghost, Monokuma? Hey, Akane.
Now then.
I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
All right!
Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. I don't want to. I don't want to. No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey, hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea. But it looks like they're out of stock. It looks like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. But there weren't any gowns?
Yo!
Yup, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I had no choice then, I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably fit in it. Wait, hold on. What happened to the gown you were wearing?
Huh?
Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. But you'd wear the one Nagito wore? Wearing clothes someone else is wearing is even grosser.
Like...
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikon back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay, since I was already investigating the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Oh no.
Hello! How's everybody doing?
Bad!
It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. So this again. I need to go to that place again. And now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. This trial really is the most confusing for me. Just because of how much of the murder seems really, really fucking convoluted for absolutely no reason. Oh wait, that's not where Monokuma Rock is? Like, I think realistically, no one... I'm gonna run. I'm gonna get some laps in while I talk so I can get my pet to upgrade. Oh, upgraded. It's in a cocoon. I need 98 more steps. I feel like realistically, the very small time frame doesn't give the killer a lot of time to do everything that they did. But I feel like Mikon maybe had the most time. It had, like, which doesn't make sense though because she was with Fuyuhiko. Maybe Hiyoko was already dead when we got there and Hajime straight up did not notice. Oh, it's a snake again? I was hoping for another piggy. Oh well. We're gonna save here. And I'll be playing again tomorrow. Well, we'll start the trial. Until next time, show's over. Weather the storm, endure as best as you can, find joy where you can. I hope everyone's gonna be okay.